It's coming up here.
Call me baby, call me baby, call me baby, call me baby, girl.
Hey everybody, how's it going? I've got a brand new music video reaction / review coming at you today, and this time it is for Call Me Baby by EXO. And because essentially this is a dual release, there are two different language versions of the exact same song, I'm going to do my usual reaction and review to the Korean version, and then after that I'm going to make a separate video where I review and compare it to the Chinese version. So I'll link to part 2 up here after this video is done. Hopefully you guys can check that out. And yeah, so let's not wait any longer, let's check out this music video. Nice cars. Reminds me of Elvis. Yeah, I think that's what they were going for. Like a modern Elvis.
함께하는 매 순간이 like boom 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 boom. Hey girl.
This sounds insanely close to pop era NSYNC. Like if I close my eyes, it seems like NSYNC. The beat and everything, it's like a throwback to 2001 or so. Not that that's a bad thing though. This is kind of like the music I grew up on. At least the pop music I grew up on.
Call me baby, call me baby, call me baby, call me baby.
Got some jazzy chord changes kind of behind the leads.
Call me baby, call me baby, girl. 나를 나로 존재하게 해. 내 세상은 오직 you're the one, you're the one. 빛나는 것들을 만나 그 안에 진짜를 봐봐. Call me baby, call me baby, call me baby, call me baby, girl. Baby girl, 욕심들 속에 나를 선 그 어떤 말도 넘어서.
They've definitely been listening to NSYNC. I like that minor major turn there though.
내 손을 잡아주는 그거면 내 것들을 만나 그 안에 진짜를 봐봐. Call me baby, call me baby, call me baby, call me baby. 널 향해 거쳐간 맘마 너 말던 그 문을 닫아. Call me baby, call me baby, call me baby, call me baby. 어둠 미로 속에 갇혔던 날 깨워준 네 목소리 들려와 날 다시 태어나게 해. 혼란스러운 공간 속 날 이끌어줄 빛이 되고 놓치지 않아줄 너라면 널 안고 뱉지 않을게 널 안고 나를 떠나.
Interesting use of a sample there.
Never the mind about a thing 내 가슴 속 그 거대한 공백에 널 더해. 흔들리는 세상 속에서 빛이 되준 오직 한 사람 바로 너. 빛나는 것들을 만나 그 안에 진짜를 봐봐. Call me baby, call me baby, call me baby. I'll be your baby, yeah. 나를 나로 존재하게 해. 내 세상은 오직 you're the one, you're the one.
Kind of unconventional transitions in this song too. That's really interesting, I like that. A little bit unusual form too. Not nearly as unusual as like Wolf though, so it really worked this time. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Very interesting. I know I mentioned this already a whole bunch of times, but it really reminds me of like old school NSYNC. It's a cool throwback, but it's also kind of rebooted and modernized, so I like how they did that. Even that little falsetto part, I think it was going into the second verse, was like signature Justin Timberlake kind of sounds, and I was a big fan of NSYNC, so it's cool to see that sound kind of coming back a little bit. Even though it does sound maybe a little bit dated, actually, they did such a good job of doing like a throwback sound that it almost sounds like a song from that era, but there were enough sort of modern production techniques and other stylistic things that did set it apart. And also the transitions in the song were very interesting to me. They did some sort of unconventional things, but unlike Wolf, it kind of served a musical purpose and it didn't sound kind of disjointed or like they were just doing weird changes for the sake of being different. This time, it clearly sounded like they had a musical goal in mind when they were doing that stuff. So it definitely switched around a little bit and kept my attention in that way. There are definitely some things I want to point out though, so let's watch it through again and analyze this. Oh, nice cars everywhere. Oh, that would be a fun place to be. I'll take the Audi. Even the instrumentation really sounds like sort of late 90s, early 2000s American pop. That really clean, like acoustic guitar sound blended with like some stab synthesizers. But you'll notice there's a lot more low end on this than you probably hear on anything like by NSYNC or the Backstreet Boys. Those are those modern production techniques that really set this song apart and improved it. A lot of falsetto vocals in this song too. I'm not sure if I loved that, but it definitely gave it a sort of sound and feeling. Kind of a different attitude than just like power belting all the time. I'm gonna stop it right here and run it back a little bit. Listen to the chord progression here, especially in the background vocals, how it kind of goes from being like tense and edgy to quickly turning and kind of resolving the chord and releasing all that tension. Listen to how they did that here. It's coming up here. The backing track and the backing harmonies really changed the feel of it right there. That's kind of an odd transition, but I really like it. They almost take like a break measure. And then here's some more of the traditional like EXO vocals. Really solid group vocals. Kind of what SM's good at. If I didn't know better, if I was just listening to this, I might have been like, hey, that's Justin Timberlake. Not necessarily how the voice itself sounded, it's just that placement in the song and that style of how he sang it. Definitely a good throwback there. There's that change again, that little chord turn I was talking about before. And then this time, they build the tension. I really like the bridge. I'm going to stop it here and run it back a little bit. They could have done a really predictable bridge with really predictable sort of building chord progression, but instead they did something completely different and it totally faked me out, but it was awesome for the song. Listen to the chord progression here and sort of the feel and like emotional movement it gives the song. It's not at all like the rest of the song, but it fits in really nicely as like a contrast point.
Call me baby, call me baby.
Really interesting way they did that, and the vocals fit perfectly over the top. I I also really liked how they did that high note. They gave us like an epic high note, but it was a total fake out, and they went to an even higher note. That was definitely unexpected, and it caught me off guard, but I really like how they did that. Check it out.
날 다시 태어나게 해
I'm not really a fan of the samples. When I first heard it on my first listen through, I like that baby sample, but I would have liked if they stopped using it like here. Like in this part, I thought it didn't really fit as well there. Got a little bit overused, in my opinion. There's some really cool... Actually, hold on, I'm going to stop and run it back a little bit more. There's some really cool stuff going on again in the background vocals. Try to ignore the leads and all the stabs and instrumental synth sounds. Listen to what the background vocals are doing for the chord progression. Check it out right here. Right there, that is really cool. Paints a really cool sonic texture with that chord progression there. Very different from the rest of the song. It gives the song just like a really quick little like lift. They did it again there a little bit. And then I do like how they just ended it. They didn't do a fade out. And they did sort of repeat the end part there, but they did it in a way where they changed it each time through. So they kept your interest and they continued the movement of the song. They didn't just repeat the same thing over and over and over. Overall, I really liked this song. It definitely had sort of a throwback late 90s American boy band sound to it, but they were able to make it their own and do it in a little bit different way. The vocals were really good throughout. I was more impressed with them. I haven't been as impressed with EXO's vocals on the recent releases, but I think this is definitely more along the lines of what they're capable of and the kind of stuff I was seeing in them when they first debuted. And I also like that stylistically they're going back a little bit towards like their original debut concept, which I actually liked a lot more than some of their recent stuff. So it's good to see them sort of headed in that direction again, and I think this was a really solid comeback from EXO. Okay, I didn't want to make this video super long, so when you're done watching this, you can click up here to see part 2 of this video, and I will review and compare the Chinese version to the Korean version, so hopefully you guys will check that out too. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching this reaction/review. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you share this video all over the place on Twitter, on forums, on Facebook, that really helps us out too, and I'll see you guys next time.